Charter Local Edition coming to you from Burlingame, California, the California Republican Party Convention. We're joined today by Rocky Chavez. He is a member of the California State Assembly. And I must ask you, sir, the following. So we reached out to every California Republican Assembly member to interview them. We enjoy speaking with your colleagues. There are 28 California Republican Assembly members. According to my count, 17 are not attending. 17 are not attending.
And actually right now, today, there's only 3, and I think the other 4 are coming in tomorrow.
What's going on, sir? Why did so few of your Republican colleagues choose to even attend this convention where Donald Trump is speaking, Ted Cruz is speaking, and John Kasich is speaking?
Well, this is going to be a tough election year for California for Republicans. And they're all working in their districts to make sure they shore up their support.
Why do you believe it will be a tough year for Republicans in California?
Let's just be frank, okay?
Please.
The message that's coming out of Cruz and Trump may work in Iowa. It's not California.
And let's talk more about that. You represent a district in San Diego County. It is a district that borders, I think you border the Mexican border, or at least near.
I'm in the north coast of San Diego.
But you know, you're near the Mexican border.
Yeah, we know about it.
Yeah, significant numbers of Latinos in your district. You are a Republican, though. Suffice it to say, Republican views of Latinos, of Republicans, is not high.
Not high at all.
A Pew survey just came out. And when you ask Hispanics, Latinos, if you have a favorable view of Republicans, 30% have a favorable view, 61% unfavorable. That is upside down significantly. What do you do with that?
Except for me.
Except for, and Rocky Chavez.
Well, yesterday I had an event in Vista with over 200 Latinos in a bilingual discussion about human trafficking. When Republicans talk to Latinos on issues that affect them, like public safety or education or jobs, they'll vote for them. But you need to go into them. You need to talk to them.
Let's, for argument's sake, presume Mr. Trump is the nominee and your candidate, Mr. Kasich, is not. Mr. Trump has said on the record that Mexicans are rapists, they're drug dealers. He's calling for Mexico to build a wall that they have to pay for. To some, that's, you know...
It's offensive.
Yes.
It's offensive. And beyond that, I represent Camp Pendleton.
Oh, yes.
And the largest containment of veterans. And when you say something against a POW in my district...
And that would be when he spoke against John McCain.
We will never forgive anybody who ever takes a step against a POW. Because in our mindset, POWs are somebody we look up to, we venerate, we respect.
So when I was walking into the convention, you probably saw there were hundreds of protesters. They were not protesting Mr. Kasich. They were not protesting Mr. Cruz. They were protesting Mr. Trump. And the protest was really focused on issues of importance to Latinos.
And that's appropriate. This is America. The best way to get your point out is discuss it. And as long as it's a peaceful discussion and a protest, that's okay. And I'm a kid of the 60s.
Right.
We did a lot bigger protests back then.
Did.
So, I walked right in. My wife and I came in at 12 o'clock. We were able to get right in the hotel. Right. It wasn't... I think the press is making much more of that than it is. And I actually think Trump played off it, the little thing with the freeway over the berms. It's all theatrics.
But I guess it's got to be, though, a bit distressing to see so many people so angry. I mean, look, we're all Californians, we're all Americans.
But 27% of the population of California are Republicans. When Trump's message and some of those people's message, we used to be in the 40s. But back in the 90s, we've been able to go to the low 40s to 27.
So let's talk about that. So in 1999, the Republican registration in California was 35%.
Down from the 1992.
In 2016, 17 years later, Republican registration is 27.6%. No party preference, 24%.
That's right.
Republicans are at risk of being overtaken by no party preference.
And that's where I think Chad Mays and his leadership of the Assembly, we're coming out, minority leader, we're talking about education. We're going to have a plan to come forward on dental care for children. We're being more proactive on a message that really relates to people. So, yeah, we're low, but we're going to come back up with the good leaders of Chad Mays. Jay Obernolte has another assembly member, has a great position on education and finance. So
what was interesting as well is that in that survey that talked about favorability of Republicans, nationally Republican favorability is 33%, amongst Latinos 30%. Favorability amongst Republicans of the Republican brand is down 11 points.
I know.
79% in October amongst Republicans, now at 68%. Republicans aren't liking themselves.
We need leadership. We need calm leadership with a vision to go forward, and it's not Trump or Cruz, it's Kasich.
So what does Rocky Chavez do should Mr. Trump be the nominee?
Rocky Chavez will not support Donald Trump no matter what.
Will Rocky Chavez vote for Hillary Clinton, or will Rocky Chavez not vote?
Rocky Chavez will work on the Assembly down ticket seats. He'll work for the congressional seats across the country and the Senate seats. As long as we hold the legislative areas, then we'll do well. Because you've seen the same polls I've seen.
Right.
Hillary will beat Trump.
Are you concerned about down ballot races?
Totally, 100%. I had an event in my district last night, as I mentioned, and that was the discussion about if we don't have the right message, we're not going to just lose the presidency. We're going to lose the Senate, the Congress, and the
How do you run away from your standard bearer? I mean,
I don't run away from anybody. Actually, I run to the values of the Republican Party that talked about Lincoln. We're the party of freedom. We actually like diversity. You know, Teddy Roosevelt, we like the environment.
But the perception today
but that's not my position, and I always have Democrats vote for me. I represent 500,000 people, and no Democrat or Republican is running against me because the Democrats, declining states, and Republicans all vote for me and my message.
Let's talk about Mr. Kasich. I remember a major national publication called him the sane one.
That's
Wow.
not bad.
but it's pretty sobering when you think about the fact that when there were 3, 4, 5 candidates left, the definition was the sane one, that implying the others were insane.
You know, what did Bonner say today?
Well, Mr. Bonner was known to have said, the former speaker, that Ted Cruz was
Lucifer
incarnate. And then I heard that Peter King, a Republican from New York, said that gives Lucifer a bad name. And Bob Dole apparently said I'd support any of them, and turned to Lisa Murkowski, U.S. Senator from Alaska, a Republican, and said, except Cruz. What's going on?
Things are bad. Let's be serious. We've set our bed, now we're lying in it. We need to have a revitalization of the values of the Republican Party, and it's about opportunity, it's about education, it's about supporting the environment. It's about environment.
Republicans don't support the environment.
I'm a surfer. I'm from Southern California. I love the environment. I rode a skateboard. So I'm here to say that...
like you said, Teddy Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
He brought us the national park system, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, and Reagan, Reagan actually brought us Social Security.
Right.
So the SSI.
Right,
so,
SSI, right.
So if you look at our party, our historical leaders, we need to go back to them and not take this message of isolationism, of denigrating people on their religion, looking at people and painting with a brush that says they're all rapists and murderers and killers. That is not leadership. That is fear to get elected with 27% of the population, which means you're going to lose.
So you predict Clinton-Trump results in a Clinton victory?
Everybody predicts that.
It says a lot.
Yeah.
Rocky Chavez, he's a member of the California State Assembly. He represents significant portions of beautiful San Diego County. He, of course, is running for re-election. My name is Brad Pomerance at the California Republican Party Convention in Burlingame, Charter Local Edition.